Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Reject PPC and the One-Ton Hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One-Ton Hammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Reject.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am the Lucky Pop-Tart Inquisitor.
Sanguine.
Skep Tock.
I'm Prospero.
Gassy.
And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Receptors witness glory from the burning of the flame. The fires of the forge are like the trumpets which proclaim our engines at full power. Your destruction is our aim. Our truth has come online. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Our truth has come online. With heat and iron and industry will purge you from this world. You will sunder, melt, and shatter from the bolts of wrath we've hurled. And upon your ruined end, our blood-red banners stand unfurled. Our might has come online. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Our might has come online. Traitor, Xeno, heretic, they are as one to us. We will scorch them from existence with our engines devious. Our hate for them encoded into every bolt and truss. Our wrath has come online. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Our wrath has come online. Titans striding forward, ordinati by the score. They are drowning out blasphemers neath the great mechanic roar. Tradition is our bulwark, it endures forevermore. Our victory comes online. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Our victory comes online. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Engage the linkage Omnissiah. Our victory comes online. 0111101100001.
So, if you're not at work today or you're working from home, you may be wondering, what day is it? Todd has the answer for us.
It's Monday.
Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them. They're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. 'Cause the aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Zoo. I'm your Zookeeper for tonight, Inquisitor. Minion joining me is Mr. Adam. How are you, my friend? Uh-oh. Hang on. I can't hear you, Adam. Give me 1 second. I think it might be Discord. Yeah, the output device did not switch over. Okay, there we go. Now, speak.
Hello.
There you go. How are you, my friend?
Dude, I was talking for so long, and I was like, wait.
Oh,
can you hear me? I was like, oh shit, dude, if you didn't want to hear the story, I would have shut up.
No, sorry. I'm so sorry about that. When I plug in my microphone, that's another reason why I fucking hate the whole swapping microphone thing. When I plug in the microphone, Discord automatically switches over my audio to the output device on my microphone. I don't plug in my headphones on my microphone.
Oh, right.
So yeah, I was piping in the audio to the microphone. Sorry about that.
I wonder if it was picking up on the show. I mean, I didn't.
No, I have to hear it on my end for it to pick up on the show.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that was funny as shit.
Sorry. But yeah, so I got some Sketari Rangers to finish up here. I went and bought this guy. He's my Sketari Marshal. So I'll be working on him sometime soon. But till then, I still have regular Rangers to work on.
Nice. Hey, how did they the piece you were working on last week turn out?
Well, all of those guys are just right over here. I was mainly just working on their robes, getting the cogtooth pattern painted on all of their robes, so you can see right there the cogtooth pattern on them. I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna do white for this squad and black for the next one.
Not bad.
Yeah, I think they're looking pretty good. I'll say the Sketari, the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Sketari, are deceptively simple for the color scheme that I've got for them. It's basically all just like metal, gray, and red. There's a couple of other colors in here and there too, but those are the primary colors.
Seems simple enough.
Yep. But they look really good, so I don't complain.
Oh yeah. Did your roommate see about the update for Metroid Dread coming?
No. What's the update to Metroid Dread?
It's a free update. I don't know. I think it's in like 2 chunks. But the first part is like a dread mode where if you get hit once, you die.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then they're adding a easier mode. I don't remember what the easy mode was.
Okay.
I think it just gives you more health or something like that. But then they're gonna add a boss battle mode to it as well.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so I mean, it's nice to see them, adding stuff. I guess it did well enough that they would do something like that.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. I think it's still the case. Metroid games don't really sell all that well in Japan, but they sell fairly well here in the States. So if it does well here in the States, I think they'll give it, better, attention than they probably would have otherwise.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, outside of Other M, I think, but yeah.
Well, I think Other M even sold well. It's just, it wasn't well received was the major thing.
I thought it was pretty good.
I have Other M. I haven't completed it. Hell, I haven't even beaten fucking Super Metroid, so.
Oh, shit, yeah. Well, I'm horrible at those games anyway, so it's one of those things.
I love Metroidvania games. It's just, they require a lot of time, a lot of effort, and my mentality is like, I can't complete the game until I am assured that I have 100% of the content, and I'll sit there and retread the game over and 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 over again until I just, put it down and never pick it back up without completing it. So I'm really bad with that, but that's the reason why I do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way.
Yeah. I also do that with RPGs too. I'm pretty notorious about that. It took so long for me to beat Final Fantasy VI. And I like Final Fantasy VI. In my opinion, the last good Final Fantasy.
Did you see they're doing an HD remake? I think it's the same stuff that they had on Steam though.
Of Final Fantasy VI?
Yeah.
Yeah, they already released that on Steam, I think, right?
Yeah, because I remember seeing people talking about how try and change the font. I guess the font's really bad, but the animation, the sprite work that they did on it looks horrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's funny. My roommate has the PlayStation re-release of Final Fantasy VI.
The PlayStation one?
Yeah, they re-released it with it's essentially just the same game that was on the SNES, but it has cutscenes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like fully animated cutscenes. So I guarantee you that shit's rare nowadays.
Oh,
I don't think it's sold very well, the PlayStation re-release of Final Fantasy. Because I think it's what, Final Fantasy VI, and I think it might have been Chrono Trigger, might have been the other one. I know there was more than just Final Fantasy VI. There was 2 games that got re-released like that on PlayStation.
I think Final Fantasy IV got a remake on it.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing the intro to Final Fantasy IV. But I can't remember if it was on the PlayStation or because I know the DS had one, but the DS had like its own art style, so I don't think it was that one. Okay. Great party. Oh, no, because did you watch the Nintendo Direct?
I did not.
There is a game that they showed on there called I'm gonna butcher it. I think Alive to Live, I think it's called. It was only released in Japan, and they're using the
oh wait, no,
2D8.
I think it's called just Live. Oh, no, I think you're right. Live to Live or something like that. Yeah, it was it's like Chrono Trigger. I think I have seen that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like it goes through time periods and you play as characters. I mean, it looks cool, but the main thing that I took away from it was I think they're trying out this engine because they're using that engine on, I think, a Dragon Quest game. I think Dragon Quest 3.
Okay.
Remake. And they're doing it with this one, and it looks fucking fantastic. And if they continue to push that, I really hope that they do that with Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger, because holy fuck, that would be fucking badass.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. The major thing for that kind of stuff, and I've been noticing this trend, there have been a lot, and I mean a lot, of games that they've been porting over to the States that never got a States release from SNES games that came out in Japan. Like, they've been doing that a lot recently. I know there's one that is coming out that was a River City game. They're calling it River City Girls Zero. It's currently available on that site, Limited Run. They're selling it on Limited Run, but I think it's going to be on eShop. And it's just an SNES game that's finally getting ported over to the US with like extra cutscenes and shit like that. So I champion that cause. I like to see a lot more games that only came out in Japan get finally localized over here.
Well, if they're going to continue that trend, they got to go back to the Nintendo system as well and bring out Ghostbusters 2. Wait, was it on the Nintendo or was it on the Game Boy? I think it was on the Nintendo.
Wait, which one?
HAL Laboratories, the guys who made Kirby.
Okay.
They made a Ghostbusters 2 game, but I can't remember if it was on Nintendo or Game Boy. I think it was on the Nintendo.
Okay.
But it was essentially, the second movie, top down. You play as two Ghostbusters. You pick two of them. You could pick fucking Louis Tully as well. And the guy in front shoots the ghosts and he captures them, and the guy behind shoots the trap, and you just go around clearing the stage of all the ghosts and shit. It's fucking fun as shit.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. For me, the major thing that I want to see is I want to see some of those RPGs that came out in Japan and never came out in the States, like the MotZ games.
Oh yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I want to see that come over here. I want to see the Dragon Quest games that never made it over here, and there are a lot. Because apparently Enix hated America. I think they've been on record as saying that America is like a worthless sales vector, and they didn't give a shit about porting games over to the US. That's the reason why we got like literally no Dragon Quest games over here.
Well, it doesn't surprise me, because considering they even had to get Nintendo power to push the first one, just to get advertising out for it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd also like to see those executives get fired for racism. But yeah, I'd like to see all that kind of stuff happen. There's also a ton of Sega games that I want to see ported over to the States that only came out in Japan. Luckily, there's a bunch of games that came out, ostensibly speaking, in Japan at first that later got ported to the US on like a different console. Like the game that immediately comes to mind is Shenmue. Shenmue originally came out on the Sega Saturn, but it got ported to the Dreamcast over here. So
I was thinking about those Wii games that came out. I think it was Project Teardrop or something like that. Project Waterdrop or something like that.
Okay.
It was what is it, Pandora's Tower, I think it was called. There was like two other ones. They were like RPGs or action RPGs that were released in Japan, and then there was a Kickstarter to get them ported, and they did get ported. I think I have one of them. One of them looks like a Final Fantasy game. I can't remember the names. I'm drawing a blank. I'm trying to focus on the things that I had. Like I was like, all right, what can I talk about tonight? Let's talk about this and this and this. So, like, I'm trying my best to keep those in focus.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. And so yeah, just shout them out when you think of them, man. We're not slave to a specific type of format or anything like that.
Oh, I mean, I could also look it up too, but yeah.
Did you see the Capcom countdown?
No, what's that?
Capcom are currently on their Twitter account, Capcom of America, are counting down to an announcement. No other clues, just says an announcement. A lot of people are speculating it's going to be Street Fighter 6. Which, I could be okay with that. I like Street Fighter. I say it's a little too much too.
Street Fighter 6?
Just because Street Fighter 5 has been out for, a really, really long time. It's about time for a new Street Fighter.
I think it was Street Fighter 5, because I think they even announced the Street Fighter game coming to Switch.
If it's Street Fighter 5, I'd be pretty impressed.
Maybe it was 4 Ultimate Edition. I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
I just was waiting for them to say stream version, but they didn't say it, so I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like the fact that Super Street Fighter 4 was on the 3DS. That was one of the things that really pushed me over to buying a 3DS. I played Street Fighter 4 in the store because they had it on like the preview kiosk thing, and I'm all like, wow, a handheld like this small that can play Super Street Fighter 4, fuck, I'm in. And I went and bought it that day. It was the week of launch that I bought my 3DS. So
yeah, that was a good port. I was surprised on that.
Yeah, and I also really liked Dead or Alive Dimensions. That was a really good game that came out exclusively on the 3DS. And I say 3DS was a damn good console. It just kind of sucks that they're throwing it aside completely for the Switch. But it's Nintendo, I wouldn't expect anything less. They have a extensive track record of completely abandoning hardware if it's not the current thing.
Yo, yeah. Oh, shit, 2 things on Sega. One, somebody had posted a tweet about a Sega mouse, and then they showed him playing, she was playing Dune on Genesis, and I was sitting there like, holy fuck. You know how I think I had a Genesis mouse, because it came with Wacky Worlds, I think it was called, the Sega game where you put stuff, like you make, it was like the Mario Paint type thing.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, the whole time I could have been playing Dune with the fucking mouse. I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome. And I did, I responded. I'm like, damn, I wish I'd known, because I would have fucking played. I'm gonna have to get a copy. And she responded like, nah, it was just it's a ROM hack to allow the mouse. And I'm like, son of a fuck. So damn it. Because yeah, no, I loved playing Dune on the Genesis, but using the control pad was shit.
I didn't even know there was a Dune game on the Genesis.
I don't know how I stumbled on it, but it was when I was really into my RTS kick. And so seeing it on the Genesis, I was like, okay, I gotta give this a try. And I think I liked it mostly because it was on the Genesis, and at the time, you could play StarCraft on 64, and you could play I had a Command & Conquer on Saturn, so I'm like, holy shit, they made it back in the day. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any RTS games that I've played on a console like that. There's Warhammer Path of Glory, I think is the name of it. I don't remember the name of it. No, it's Mark of Chaos. And it's it's a Warhammer fantasy RTS. but I have it on the Xbox 360.
Ooh.
I played a little bit of it. I got into it, but then, I don't know, I just kind of put it down and never came back to it.
I really want to make an RTS for the Nintendo system, or a Nintendo Entertainment System.
NES, the original.
Yeah,
NES.
I want to see if I can get one running on it. Yeah. I've been following a bunch of these fucking pixel artists, and they're using, a lot of them are using the actual palettes from the Nintendo for the NES, you know, to try and keep within the realm of it, as opposed to, like, you know, when you see people making indie games and it's like, whoa, it looks like an old Nintendo game, and it's like, well, the Nintendo would never really be able to pull that off.
Yeah,
like,
right? It's got way bigger color palette than the Nintendo could pull off, man.
I mean, there were some chipsets that you could put in the carts, you know, to give it a little boost. Like the Famicom version of Castlevania 3 had a better sound card or a sound chip in it. And like Contra had animated backgrounds and stuff. But even with that, yeah, you couldn't get shit like Shovel Knight and stuff. So
yeah,
like...
no. Especially considering, like, there's this tendency among a lot of indie developers that make pixel art games like that. They do pixel art for, like, the sprites or like the sprites and environment, or, you know, whatever. They use a lot of pixel art, but then all of their particle effects and animation effects are all high definition. I'm like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
It's like, I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but at the same end, if I'm gonna say, make the claim like I made it, I would want it to be able to be like, all right, yeah, you could actually produce a cart like this,
so like a cartridge and put it in your NES.
Yeah, and even if it would require like an extra bit of RAM, you know, and the cart, oh my god, if you bought it back in the day, it would have been an extra $20 because it's a you know, bigger cart. Fine, that's fine. That's, you know, as long as it's within the realm of what the system can work with. You know, I think
exactly.
That's a nice challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I guess this big thing, Martha is dead, is going around.
Why'd you say that name?
I thought, dude, that's what I thought. I thought it was because the Batman movie came out, so I'm like, oh, so everybody's fucking rubbing it in on poor old Bruce. It's like, Martha's dead. Why? It's better than the fucking. Did you see that Little Caesars fucking pizza?
No, what?
It looks like they cut the sides of they cut the fucking pizza to look like the bat symbol, and it's like, it's supposed to be like 2 calzones and then pizza. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah, right. I don't know, man. Little Caesars is garbage too. I used to really like Little Caesars, but holy shit, their quality has declined since the 90s.
Dude, you know what the best part about that is? That's part of the walk in, pay the $5 and walk out with it. So it's already made, just sitting under a fucking.
Who's gonna walk in and buy that much? You know, like a single pizza, I can kind of understand, but that's a lot.
No, it literally looks like they took like the pepperoni pizza that they would sell there for the $5 or whatever, and it looks like they just cut it to make it look like a Batman and just folded the shit in. So it's like quote unquote calzone. I don't know how. I don't know what the hell's going on through people's minds sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, but Martha is dead. It's some.
Why'd you say that name? I have to every time.
Well, it's gonna get darker here.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's some horror game or something like that.
Oh, sweet. I love horror games.
Sony wants to censor it. I guess there's a scene that people are showing of. There's a part where you cut the face off of a corpse.
Okay. It's a corpse.
And That's what I've seen, and it's just a lot of people. You get one person making the complaint. Damn, Sony, why aren't you censoring this? I shouldn't have to be seeing this type of shit in the game, and blah blah blah. And then you get the people responding like,
Then
well,
don't buy the game.
They give you a warning on the front, like if this is too disturbing for you, play a different game. Then other people like, whoa, yeah, now they want to censor everything, but they were okay with them censoring. I don't know. It's some crazy shit. My thing is though, first off, I made it funny because Sony did censor it. Ugh. Well then, oh wait, yeah, because I think the studio made an apology or something like that. They put out a statement saying because Sony's doing this, we have to do this, such and such or whatever. I don't know. The face coming off though, for me, I find it funny because of Nick Cage and face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is all I can think of. But the other thing I'm thinking of. Oh. Oh man, that was a horrible movie.
Horrible?
But...
How dare you? I love that movie. It's Nicolas Cage and John Travolta just chewing the scenery for like 2 hours.
Oh my god.
Trying to outact each other. It's fantastic.
It was a face-off. Oh my god, that movie. No, but the other thing is, and I'm only gonna hint at it because I really don't want to not spoil, but say too much shit out of my line. But it coincides with some wacky stories I've been reading up on some underground dark web shit about people taking faces off and wearing them as masks. Let's just put it at that. Dark web. But I mean, hey, for me, I hear that and I'm like, hey, that sounds like the Aztec origin story where they married a princess, the chief married a princess and then invited the other chief to come witness the ceremony, and he came in there and he saw the princess's flayed skin over a shaman as he's doing a dance around the fucking fire, and the army chased the Aztecs out of the land. That's the origins, and that's how they found the lake with the cactus and bird and shit. Fascinating stuff, right?
Well, the Aztecs were known for like human sacrifices, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They mainly because it'd be like a chunk of the Romans deciding to just worship Mars, and the only thing that they want to do is cause war.
Yeah.
These dudes were worshiping their war equivalent god, and so he needed blood. That's what he needed.
In the Shadowrun universe of tabletop role-playing games, there's a corporation in what is now called Azteclan, that used to be called Mexico, and the name of the company is called Aztechnology. And they are a technology, based company. But one of the things that they do within the setting is they do magic research. And one of the things that they research is what's called blood magic, which is magic that uses human sacrifice as the conduit.
Well, I mean, the Phoenicians, when they left the Levant area, they started opening cities all over the Mediterranean. The most famous one being, of course, Carthage. Although some would argue their holdings in Sicily might have had some to say too, but
yeah.
Carthage for me. But either way, they worshipped a deity named Baal, or fuck. See, I think I was saying that last week. Mordok or Modoc or whatever the fuck his name is, but it's usually go by Baal.
Well, I think it's Baal actually, isn't it? Is it Bhaal?
It's either that or Baal. It's ancient Sumerian, so they spell it all over, especially which translation you read it from. But
True.
They did sacrifices for that as well, human sacrifices. So it's not out the realm of people's ability to perceive sacrificing a human life would grant them abilities or powers. People are obviously doing it, so they believe it. That's the thing that's a major thing that gets me. You'll get people who will do rituals or even mundane rituals, like small little things, and they have the idea that it's giving them good luck.
Yeah. I'll say West Africans also have that too. Is it the whole Haitian voodoo and stuff like that? Talking about the human sacrifice, praying to Papa Getty to not call for a human sacrifice.
I say we stick with the realm of video games because trust me, I could do this all day.
I like ancient cultures and stuff like that. Also, by the way, point of fact, the planet that the Blood Angels chapter of Space Marines come from, yeah, it's Baal. Baal. Yeah. That's it. Just like Prospero, her reference was Shakespeare, but that's the home planet of the Thousand Suns, Space Marines in 40K. Yeah, the Baal is the home planet of the Blood Angels.
It's always fun when you find these little coincidences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh shit. See, damn it.
Well, 40K is rife with that stuff, man. I mean, they take inspiration from the real world and write a larger than life science fiction universe out of it.
No, I mean, there's a wealth of information you can gather out from history and utilize it. That's the beauty part of it. So yeah. No, Pat, we're not doing blood magic. We're gonna start doing dance magic. So.
Doing what magic?
Dance magic.
Dance magic.
So pick out your favorite tights and indulge the bulge and let's get into some dance magic.
And go all Saturday Night Fever on some people talking about chewing scenery again.
Oh shit! He fucking sneaks into there again.
Before you learn to spell your name, I was chewing scenery.
The best one. Fucking what the fuck was he thinking? Oh man. And Terry says no censoring of games should happen. If you don't like it, don't play it. If you don't want something playing it, don't buy it for them. And I concur.
Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that entirely. Parents, if they're worried about the children, need to take a more proactive fucking role in your child's life rather than just letting the fucking video game console babysit your child.
Well, reminds me of, I remember back in the day when like Halo or when all the Call of Duty games were coming out.
Okay.
And it was a big thing where we don't want our kids playing these military shooting games. And when the argument came back, just don't buy it from your other parent. I remember hearing a lot of the excuses for it was, yeah, but then he's going to be ostracized, or he's not going to be part of the cool kids. All his friends are going to play blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, okay, well then eventually they're going to find,
complaining.
yeah, it's like, is eventually they're gonna, if they really want it, they're gonna stumble their way upon it. You know, like I hate to break it to you, but that's the reality of life. Okay, kids are stupid, and a lot of times if they want to do something, they're gonna fucking do it. Like they're just gonna do it.
I would say that kids are stupid, but they're also smart too. I mean, you know, kids are a lot more mature than, you know, a lot of parents probably, you know, especially these coddling helicopter parents would want them to be. You know,
Yes.
kids will mature at their own pace, and you know, if you're sitting there just trying to protect them from everything and getting all offended because you know, a game violates your sensibilities, then that's just going to drive the kid closer to it, man. You're doing more damage to your cause than the game is. Best to just, you know, let the kid see the content, be there to make sure that the kid's in the right frame of mind and you know, absorbs the content with the correct mindset, and then let the kid have fun.
Well, not only that, but it's just funny because I swear some of those parents who were saying that, I'm fairly sure that they were also the kids who were growing up watching RoboCop and Aliens and
yeah, right,
and fucking, you know, like, and the parents had no problem, you know, just reminding them, yeah, it's movie makeup, it's not real. No, Freddy Krueger's not gonna attack you at night. Like, holy shit, stupid. It's a fucking movie, dummy. And then those kids grow up and then they're like, oh my god, my kids can't be playing this game. They're gonna want to go out and steal cars and kill hookers and shit. And it's like, were you that retarded? Like,
yeah, are you kidding? Did you want to go around and try to rape a woman in the street only to get your dick blown off by a fucking cyborg?
It's like, that was my dream,
right?
I wanted to go to Mars and see a 3-titted woman.
Well, who doesn't?
Well, yeah. I just don't want to have to see that weird little baby thing that comes out of the other guy. Yeah.
Quaid.
Dude, yeah. Just thinking about it, like even if it wasn't like they would have no problem with them like watching like something like Commando or some shit where he's just like blowing people away. And fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger would stick a steam pipe through a guy and like, you need some steam out. And it's the same dude. Okay, you're okay with that?
Steam. Or like hurl a fucking, you know, Bowie knife through a dude's chest and pins him to the wall and stick around.
It's just so weird that people go through these changes and they don't reflect back at, you know, what in the fuck they went through, and then have some humility and like, yeah, we get you're trying to protect this person and it's well meaning, but at the same end, you know, let the boy earn his spurs. You have to let them learn, you know, sometimes the hard way.
Well,
it's the only way.
Kids will grow up regardless of what you do. Again, the best thing to do is to just let the kid, you know, consume that media if he wants to, but, you know, give them the right frame of mind. I remember watching fucking Nightmare on Elm Street when I was, God, what, 5 or 6? Gave me nightmares. It's the only movie in the history of movies to have ever given me a nightmare. And to this day, I still consider it one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I have the entire Nightmare on Elm Street from 1 to New Nightmare on DVD, and just recently rewatched them. They're great movies, but, you know, at the same time, my parents were there to make sure that I got the right idea and the right message from that movie.
2 things. First off, I don't think I've ever seen any Nightmare on Elm Street films.
Really?
No,
you want to?
Yeah. I think the only one I saw was Freddy vs. Jason, but I don't think that really counts.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I
liked it.
Everyone always criticizes it, but, you know, compared to a lot of like the PG-13 bloodless horror like nowadays, that's a fucking masterpiece of like gore, comparatively speaking, nowadays. So.
Oh yeah, and it was just like, I just wish they fought a little bit more. But yeah. It was definitely fucking, especially, you know, Freddy's like all right, I'll use Jason to kill people and they'll think it's me. That's fucking awesome. It's like, yeah.
I love the conceit of that movie. It's great. It's like he's trying to get people to, you know, because like they were drugging the kids that, you know, he was invading their dreams. So they were forgetting about him, and the entire town was moving on from him. So he was all like, I need them to get scared again. So he fucking resurrects Jason to run around and just start murdering people. And then they're all like, is Freddy killing people again? And then people are starting to dream about Freddy again. It's a great conceit for a movie.
Yeah. And it's a good way to get them, you know, pull them together. I will say, though, the other thing was, you know, back when I was watching, like, those movies, I think the only times that my parents would, like, either fast forward or cover my eyes was when people were fucking. Or
Yeah, nudity,
you know, like,
and stuff like that?
Nudity. Like, other than that, like, they didn't give a shit.
I don't even think my mom did, for the most part. I know that she would, like, fast forward through a couple of them when I was really young, but then when I got old enough to, you know, sort of know what's going on, she'd look at me disapprovingly if I watched it by myself, but other than that, no. It was fine.
Yeah, no, I don't think my dad cared, because there'd be times where I remember my mom would just say his name like, hey, you know, and he'd be like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah, he's like, he was watching the movie too.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, good times. You'll have to give me a moment. I have to go check the toaster. I'll be right back.
Okay. What do you think he's toasting, guys? So yeah, your boy Pat is in the chat. I know that you're into horror movies. Did you have any of those sorts of experiences watching horror movies? Like having to worry about your parents coming in or anything like that, having to hide horror movies, or like, you know, being given proper context, or, you know, what's going on with that? For me, I had to pretty much kind of hide a lot of my horror movie watching from my parents, and then now, you know, since, you know, I'm an adult, and, you know, my parents don't give a shit. But yeah, when I was a kid, I had to hide a lot of my horror movie watching because my mom wasn't into horror movies or any of that, but I liked horror movies.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. What were you toasting? Putting you on the spot here, Adam.
I was taking a piss, okay? I was taking a piss.
Okay, it was an idle meeting. All right, got it.
Yeah, I was trying not to, you know. We are live, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I gotta watch what I say. It's been.
No, you don't.
It's been coming back.
I don't watch what I say. Fuck them.
Fucking ninjas and spies everywhere. I can't trust nobody.
Anyone who doesn't like what I say, there's the door, man. That's all I gotta say. Because I'm not gonna change. Not for anyone. I might change my own opinion if I, you know, find out that I'm wrong about something or anything like that. But, you know, you demand I think, say, or do something, you can go fuck yourself. I don't care.
Well, I just don't want to say something that I come back to me and be like, "Hey, did you say this?" I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Oh shit! No, they know I took a piss on stream.
Not on the stream. I mean, it was in the bathroom.
Oh, all right. Well, you know. Well, I mean, you had a stream on stream.
Hey, there you go.
Aha. Like I say, is Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was one of my favorites because that one's the Dream Warriors It has an accompanying song by Dokken. It's fucking awesome.
That was the one with Corey Feldman, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember if Corey Feldman was in that one or not.
Because I think.
No. That was. Wait. No, hold on. Corey Feldman? Wasn't he in Friday the 13th? Not Nightmare on Elm Street?
I just remember seeing a video about the Nightmare on Elm Street game, and I think they were talking about how they used the Dream Warriors because they go into a dream and then you get superpowers or something like that. And
yeah.
I think somebody had said it was Corey Feldman was a psychic or something like that, or had powers or some shit.
Now you got me wondering.
I don't know, man. You know me, dude. I was like, I have like little bits. It's like I'm holding tattered fucking papyrus, and I'm sitting here. I'm trying to read this Epic of Gilgamesh. I'm like, what the fuck? What does a dinky do? Ooh,
Corey Feldman, Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, because Corey Feldman was in Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
I might have got him. Hey, dude, like I said, I haven't seen any of these movies.
Okay.
I'm just going by what I heard.
Horror Film Wiki. Let's see here. Corey Feldman. He's in Friday the 13th, final chapter. Gremlins, Friday the 13th, The New Beginning. The Lost Boys, Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. The Lost Boys, The Tribe, The Lost Boys, The Thirst, Zombie King, and Sharknado 3, Oh Hell No. Yeah, no, he was in Friday the 13th, not Nightmare.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was Tommy Jarvis. Little Tommy Jarvis.
Tommy Jarvis.
Guy
Dude,
who
Puppet Master was
resurrects
a good-
Jason when he finally becomes an actual zombie instead of just a serial killer.
Damn.
I love those movies. I have all the Friday the 13th movies on Blu-ray, and I have all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies on DVD.
Well, around Halloween time, we should watch them.
Fuck yeah. I did that last Halloween. I watched, I just fucking binged all Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, Nightmare on Elm Street was one of the very first on-screen performances of Johnny Depp.
Cool.
And you don't need to go very far to, degrees of Kevin Bacon. Nightmare on Elm Street. Because Nightmare on Elm Street has Freddy vs. Jason. And then Kevin Bacon was in the very first Friday the 13th movie.
Oh, man.
He gets an arrow through the neck from under a bed. Like the arrowhead comes out of his neck. It's really cool. The effect was really good.
Speaking of crossovers with Freddy vs. Jason, I have interesting back and forth with someone about Shining Force X Fire Emblem. What would you think of that?
That would be cool, but like the problem is that like Shining Force didn't really have characters per se. You kind of built your party around like mercenaries and stuff like that. So like it wasn't until like the later Shining Force games when they actually had characters.
Well, hold on. I disagree. I would say the first three Shining Forces had characters. I mean, they were pretty sad characters, but especially 2, where you get the guy who drives the caravan and then he becomes a tank, or like the fucking, or even like Domingo, where they're carrying around a little egg and he hatches. But I would say Fire Emblem has more of you're getting a guy, and it's his name, and he's essentially just a knight. And although again, like I haven't played a lot of the later ones, The last one I played was the 3DS one, and they did have character development in it, but I don't know. I mean, it has more character depth, but in terms of like, I mean, I wouldn't see them as just random people. I mean, look at Amon and Airmon, I can't remember the name. the bird people from the first one, like the bird guy got turned to stone. The lady goes to help, try and get help. I don't know. I really like. I prefer Shining Force over Fire Emblem personally.
True, me too. Yeah. But again, the major problem is that Sega doesn't make consoles anymore, and Sega are kind of relegated to just making shitty Sonic games.
Well, what this person said was that Shining Force isn't really that big of a name anymore, and I would agree. Yeah. Well, but the old Shining Force, because there is Shining Force, but it's that weirdo fucking like MMO type shit. I mean, I just can't get past the aesthetics, to be honest.
Oh wait, are you talking about Shining Resonance Holy Refrain, or whatever it is? Shining Resonance Refrain?
I think so, but I could have sworn there was like a Shining Force Neo or Shining Force EX or something like that. That was like that in that same type of vein. It wasn't a top-down tactical strategy.
Yeah. Well, the Shining Resonance game is an action RPG. It's just straight up like the game I could probably compare it to most and be as accurate as possible would be the .hack GU games. If you played those, that's probably the closest to any other game that Shining Resonance is. But I liked Shining Resonance. I thought it was a cool game. I've not beaten it yet, but I have it for the Switch, and I thought it was pretty cool when I played it.
It is on the Switch.
But,
well, see, that's the thing. Like, because I know Shining in terms is the name of the series, because there was that Shining game on the Advance. I think you were talking about it.
Shining Soul, yes. It's actually
Shining
really
Soul,
fun.
yeah. It's a good game.
It's fun, yeah. Fuck yeah.
But for me, like, I look at it as Shining Force and then Shining either the Darkness or Holy Ark. But I don't know if I'm only looking at those because of the art style, and I'm clumping them together. Because even like something like Landstalker, it's the same art style, but I wouldn't say it's part of that. Although I think it does take place in Grandia or something like that. And then there was another one. What was the other one?
Grandia is different than Shining Force, isn't it?
I might be saying it wrong, but I think Grandia, whatever the name of the first city that you're in the first Shining Force.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can tell you it's not Grandia, because Grandia is its own game series.
That's a game, right? Yeah.
I say I have Grandia 2 for the Dreamcast. And it's great. It's one of my favorite RPGs.
Is that one where it has turn-based styles or turn-based battle style?
Yeah, it's turn-based, but it's like time turn-based, like Final Fantasy. But what's really kind of cool about it is that it allows you to, in between moving or in between your turn, you can move your character around, so you can like try to avoid like enemy AOEs and shit like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. I really like that game.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, it would be. I think in terms of Shining Force X Fire Emblem, I think it would be fun to see them. But then I was thinking, shit, they probably wouldn't use the characters from Shining Force and Shining the Holy Ark, Shining Darkness. Even though those are the characters I want to see, they'd probably use a lot of the newer characters from the PlayStation.
I could see them using Shining the Holy Ark. Because that one, again, comparatively speaking to a lot of the other ones, has a lot of characterization, because you actually had a cast of characters in that one that you followed through the whole game. Although that one was less of a tactical RPG and more of an actual RPG,
Well, yeah, it was the same as Shining the Darkness, but the only reason I clump them is because I think Shining the Holy Ark, there's a town in there that is in Shining Force, and I think it's tethered to Shining Force 3, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So yeah, they're all supposed to take place in the same universe. There's the Shining universe. Yeah. And I haven't played any of the Shining Force games in a long time. I should dig them out and play them again.
Remember how I told you about my grinding in Dragon Quest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much do that with Shine in the Darkness.
Well, yeah, I would say for some of those older RPGs, you're kind of it's kind of a necessity to do that.
Oh, yeah.
You don't progress in the game very far if you don't grind it out.
And like I said, I don't like playing for a while and then having to stop because I have to start grinding again. It's like, you know what? Let me just get the shit out of the way first, and then we'll deal with the story.
You are literally the embodiment of the World of Warcraft episode of South Park.
Yeah, dude. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking no. Well, because especially with Shining the Darkness, it still pisses me off. I gained so many levels and I still can't beat this fucking crab, the first fucking boss.
No.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, come on, dude. This is so boring. The only good thing is, if you're playing it on the Switch, or I'm pretty sure it's on Steam and Xbox and PlayStation, but I'm playing the Genesis collection. They have a fast forward mode. Holy shit, is that a godsend? You can just fucking hold that thing, just roam around, blah, 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 blah. Fucking, you're done.
Oh yeah. I'd say I think there's a couple of emulators for the NES that allow you to do that too. Like play the game in fast forward mode.
That's nice. I mean, hey, you know, I do it for when I'm listening to like podcasts or documentaries. I'll put it on fucking 1.5 speed because people just, and let me explain to you exactly. And I'm gonna explain this 3 different ways. It's like, motherfucker, just get to the
point. Get to the point.
Who did it? What time period? With what?
Yeah, pretty much.
But then again, you know, I forget that, you know, these people are doing this, you know, they're not just trying to like, hey, I'm trying to give you some information. You know, they're trying to build their
audience
speech. Yeah, like I can't even think of the fucking word right now.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean though, yeah.
Orientation, dictation, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, dissertation. There you go.
Dissertation. Yeah, you know, so they're working. I get that.
Yeah. I'd say the one thing that I said also when discussing the Capcom Countdown thing, I said it's a pipe dream, but you know what I really want it to be? It's probably going to be either Street Fighter 6, a new Resident Evil, or a new Devil May Cry. But you know what I would prefer it to be? What I want it to be? It'll never be it, but what I want it to be? Capcom versus SNK 3. That's what I want. But
I like the idea, but when was the last time SNK released? I mean, I know they released Samurai. Wow, Adam, come on, dude. Samurai Showdown.
Samurai Showdown. Yeah, they had Samurai Showdown. They just released a new King of Fighters, like not that long ago.
Did they really?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
King of Fighters 16, I think they're up to. Let me check. King of Fighters. King of Fighters 15. Sorry. King of Fighters 15, and that's February 14th, so it's coming up soon.
See, I gotta find more news outlets for other video game systems because right now all I have is RGB 85, I think his name is. I'm probably butchering his name. Sorry, dude. But but he's pretty fun to watch. I watch Spawn Wave sometimes, but like I said, you know, I used to watch, you know, people like Jeremy would report shit like this. And what's his nut? Or I guess her now. used to be Jimquisition. I don't know what he goes by now or she goes by now, but you know, I used to watch them to see what's going on with these companies, but a lot of them they went off the deep end with politics and shit. And I really don't. Look, if I'm watching a show about a specific genre, that's what I want to watch. That's what I want to. I'm looking for that information. I don't want your opinions. I don't want your politics. Put it on another show. Do it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I says. What I've been saying for a long time is, you know, that I'm not here for you to editorialize. Just to let me know what's going on.
Dude, it hits me the same as listening to these fucktards. I shouldn't say that because they're a hell of a lot smarter than me. But these fucking people that do the documentaries, I gotta fucking fast forward. It's like, dude, I get that you're trying to practice your speech. Do it somewhere else, man. Just give me the fucking information. What the fuck?
Well, let's say, you know, okay, I've never mentioned this before, at least on a stream. I don't think I have. You know, one thing that really fucking pisses me off? When you get, like, you know, something that's like part of a human interest piece, in like an email or like on Twitter or, you know, random shit like that, right? It's a human interest piece that says something with like a provocative title, and it'll say things like, you know, this woman did something crazy in the market of a Whole Foods. Find out what here. And then you're like, well, you know, click that. I'm bored. I'll read a quick little article. And then it turns out to be like 15 pages that you have to click through. And they just keep saying the same shit over and over and over again, being as verbose and as redundant as possible until like the 15th page, where it's the last paragraph they tell you what actually happened.
Oh, dude, I was just experiencing that today with avocados.
Hate that shit. Just tell me what happened. Don't keep repeating yourself over and over and over and over again. Fucking stop it.
Even worse is when they fucking don't even have the full story. Because like I said with this avocado thing, apparently we're halting incoming avocados from Mexico.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and it's like, when I was reading the article, it was like, because an inspector in Michoacan received a threatening text mail, wow.
A mimeograph.
He received some smoke signals. He got a message, a threatening message, and that was it. That's all. And they just kept repeating it, and I'm saying like, okay, what was the message? Who is this guy? Why? That's in Michoacan. That's not America. So why the fuck are we like? What the hell? And then it's just like, nope, that's it. And then that's like 2 different articles doing the same shit. It's like, these fucking people, dude.
Yeah, Terry just said, King of Fighters is fun to watch, but crazy to actually play, especially against the computer. Dude, seriously. There's a trope with SNK that their bosses, especially for the King of Fighters series, are impossible. Always have been.
Hey.
So, yeah.
No, I don't think it's that difficult. I think
there's
Terry just needs to get good.
Called out, Terry. Called out, Terry. Yeah, no, there's one boss, I can't remember which King of Fighters it is, but it was fucking insane. And the whole idea behind it is that it gets you to feed quarters into the machine. That's why they do it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's, oh my god.
And the wow, I am having a horrible time speaking tonight. And the tradition continues. The soul still burns. Wait, that's Namco.
Oh, well, no, I never had that trouble in fucking Soul Calibur. Fuck that, man.
Oh, no.
I never heard that, and the soul still burns. Yeah, we haven't. Well,
especially on,
since
we have
sparingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Since I think the last time we did was at MythCon.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, we should hang out more. I was like, I don't know what you're doing this weekend. My roommate is going to his parents because he's got his dad's birthday and then his grandniece's birthday. So I'm pretty much free all weekend. So if you want to hang out, play some Soul Calibur, do something like that, maybe demo a game of 40K.
Hey, yeah, I never did get a chance to play.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, be done. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, just looking at the time, it is 8:10. We've been going for an hour 10 minutes. So I figure it's about time we wind it down. I only got one Ranger painted. You can see right here. I got 4 guys ready for the ink. So I just got 2 more to do, or to get to this stage, and then I can ink them and then paint the cog pattern on the robes, and then the squad's done. But I'm probably gonna do that off stream.
Real quick before we leave, because I think this is the second week in a row that I wanted to bring it up, but I forgot.
Sure. What's up?
Okay, I'm not sure if I've brought it up before. I don't think I have.
Okay.
But have you heard of Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Bro.
It sounds
Look
familiar.
it up. Holy shit. It is Jet Grind Radio.
Yes!
Plus.
Yeah. I have seen that. It was on, and it's the same composer that did Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio.
Hideki, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I've been non-stop listening to the fucking soundtrack, the concept soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
This game looks so fucking good. I cannot wait to fucking play it.
Wait, hold on. There's another game that I thought looked really fucking cool. And it's like, it's weird. It's like a hack and slash, but it's also like a rhythm game. Fuck, I can't remember the name of it now. Shit. No Straight Roads. Have you played that?
No Straight Road?
Yeah.
I have not. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, the soundtrack for it is great. The premise of it is it's these 2 characters. It's the best way to describe it is like a hack and slash game meets Space Channel 5.
Ooh.
And the premise of it is that it's these 2 characters who are trying to bring back rock and roll to a city that is suffused with EDM.
What?
So you, like, all of the bosses are like these like DJs or like, you know, electronica inspired dance sort of thing, and you're sitting there just like rocking out to try and fight against them. It's pretty great. I fucking love the art style for it is just oozing personality. The soundtrack for it is fucking great. The last video game I can think of that I think had a better soundtrack than No Straight Roads is probably Lollipop Chainsaw. Lollipop Chainsaw is an amazing soundtrack, and I think No Straight Roads is like approaching Lollipop Chainsaw.
You know, if a game has a good soundtrack, you're 100% there. You know, Streets of Rage 4 has a good soundtrack.
Oh fuck yeah! Streets of Rage 4 has a great soundtrack.
I heard Hades has a pretty good soundtrack.
Oh, Hades! Oh my god, Hades. Okay, no, I gotta amend that. Hades probably has a better soundtrack in my opinion than fucking Lollipop Chainsaw. I completely forgot about Hades for that. Oh my god, Hades has such a great soundtrack, especially considering like you've got like the normal sort of areas in it, and then like when you approach a boss, it plays the same song in a refrain, but changes all of the instruments from like, you know, a lute and like a violin and like all sort of traditional instruments to straight up electric guitar fucking thrashing heavy metal. It is amazing. I love Hades' soundtrack. And it really does get you into the game, not gonna lie. Fucking Hades is amazing because of it, so.
Well, that's what we're gonna have to talk about next week.
Hell yeah.
Video game soundtrack.
Hell yeah. I can sit here and talk about video game soundtracks all day. Because, that really is a major draw to some games. You know, like I've played on stream several times the soundtrack to Dawn of War and Warhammer 40k Space Marine, because they have just such an amazing soundtrack that gets you immersed so well into the game. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I could sit here and talk about it all day. But we've been going for an hour and 15. I think it's about time we close up shop. Thank y'all for coming out, watching Minions of the Zoo. I've been your Zookeeper Inquisitor. Thank you, Adam, for joining me. Be sure to watch tomorrow, where Skep Tock is the host. And yeah, I think that's about it. Zoo's closed. Take care, everyone.
Night, W's.